It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Beavertown Brewery and it's a can of their Nanobot Super Session IPA coming in at 2.8% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. Love the can design. There it is, there's the focus. I was in my local Sainsbury's around, well, it was a couple of weeks ago now, and I seen this and I thought I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to give it a go. So without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. I'm going to be honest straight away, I've had this beer a couple of weeks because there's two reasons. One, I'm inundated with beer right now, and the second reason is that 2.8% ABV beers generally don't float my boat too much. I picked it up anyway. I was in Sainsbury's. I was picking up other beers in the beer aisle. But a 2.8% ABV beer, I struggle with the whole concept of it. I struggle with the whole concept of non-alcohol beer as well. And I'm openly kind of honest on that very subject. I like to feel beer. I like to feel the effects of beer. And I've never been one to shy away from that. I've never been one. I like the feeling. I like the feeling of having a few beers. I always have. I'm not going to shy away from that. Some people might be kind of ethical and say, oh, you know, I drink beer for the flavour. Of course, I do too. I love the flavour of beer. But I also like the effects. And yeah, I just kind of struggle a little bit with the whole concept of it all, the whole 2.8% ABV. It's not a non-alcoholic beer, and it's not quite an alcoholic beer at the same time. It's not going to get the job done. Does that make sense? I'm not going into this beer review negative. I promise you. I'm open-minded. I can smell the hops from here. It smells absolutely fantastic. It really does. I'm just giving you my open, honest opinion from the very beginning on this type of beer. It all comes down to taxation. If you brew a beer kind of 2.8% and lower, you get to have a less of a tax bracket on the beer you brew. Hence, it makes the beer cheaper. That's the main reason why Beavertown brew this beer. It's probably not because they want to either. So we got a 1 to 2 finger whitehead, good levels of carbonation, hazy straw coloured beer. Let's get the aroma. Smells really hoppy. In all fairness of the beer, it smells really hoppy. Pineapple, tinned pineapple chunks. Maybe some orange peel, citrus, spices. It smells very well put together. Let's dive into this one. Cheers, everybody. And then there's the taste. I just think my whole experience with beer, how I like to drink beer, how I expect my beer to be. I like body. I like a lot of body in my beer. I like a lot of body in life in general when it comes to the opposite sex as well. But where did that come from? Bit of a joke. If I've upset anyone, I did it the other day. I upset a few people. I had a couple of emails from people when I mentioned that whole kind of angel thing. Some of you might remember the quote. It's just me trying to be a little bit comical. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just drink the beer and Because you do upset people. You do. You see these little flippant things and you think nothing of it. And then you start having emails, and it's the last thing you want, really, is to upset people, because you're upsetting your audience. But there will be people on the other side that see the light side, the light-hearted side of it, and smile and giggle, and that's what they tune in for. So, yeah, it's a fine balance. It's a fine balance getting it right. But there's no body to the beer. It's ultra drinkable. It's ultra refreshing. It's really refreshing. It's almost like drinking a thinned out pineapple juice. The more I drink it, the more I'm enjoying it. That first taste was like, there's no body to this. There's no body at all. But actually, you know, the more you drink it, the more you can deal with that. The more it's not too bad. Pineapple, grapefruit, pine needle. Citrusy, a dryness on the back of the palate. I suppose the question I would ask myself if I was driving, and I very rarely offer to drive to go to the pub. I'm quite selfish in that way. If I'm going to the pub, then I'm generally going to drink. I'm generally not going to the pub to drink Coke, because I really despise the whole concept of it. I would rather not go to the pub than go to the pub and drink Coke. But if I was there are times, you know, very, very, very rarely, where I will go to a pub and I'll drink a non-alcoholic beer or a Coke. But I could drink that. I could drink that and drive the car. We're all kind of, I don't know. The world's changed. The world's definitely changed. Yeah, we'll leave it there. If I start talking about driving the car now, then we're going to go into another conversation, and I might upset a load more people. So we won't talk about this too much more. Maybe we should just change the conversation, or just give a rating and read the back of the can. Drink fresh, do not age. Store cool and upright. Do not age. Do not age a 2.8% ABV beer. Who in their right mind? Right, there's nothing really on the back. It's all kind of Heineken stuff these days. There's no reason as to why they brewed it, or the name, or it's just called Nanobot. 2.8% ABV. For the 2.8% ABV beer, being kind of open-minded and honest, and yeah, I would rather drink it over a Coke in the pub. I definitely would. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.